Diane in Denmark here. Rah, rah, rah. It is Monday morning, and it's not just any old Monday morning. Let me just put my feather duster to the side. Many of us are in the same boat around the world right now. We are in various stages of lockdown. Monday morning, you know me, I like a fresh start to the week. And I thought today we'll just get right into things. I've just been rolling up my sleeves. Let's just work together for 10 minutes. Got the timer started. And we'll work a wee bit in here. We're in Flylady Zone Catla, Zone 4 this week, or the Spock Zone 4 this week, for our detailed cleaning, decluttering if you want to go by zone. And I thought, let's just get started. Do 10 minutes, and when the timer goes off, you get to sit down. Now, you know me, I don't make these kind of speedy cleaning videos. I want you to join in and see the power of just doing something, just moving forward. And then once the timer goes off, then I'll go through, let me just grab it, you know, your morning routine, if you haven't already done that this morning. I know things are a bit crazy for a lot of you, just like us. And I'll also be checking in with you for the items that I have decluttered over the weekend for our 40-day declutter challenge. But anyway, let's get a wee bit of movement first. As I said, I've got the timer going, and I'll just do my usual thing from the top to the bottom. Hold on, let me pop that there. And I tell you what, let's start with doing the ceilings. Remember, you don't need to be doing the same thing as me. Maybe you've got laundry to fold, maybe you've got a wee bit behind on laundry. Maybe you're working in a different area, maybe you're outside in the garden. Just let's work along together, but let me take you over there. Right, feather duster stuck on an old broom handle, mop handle, and I'm just going to go around clockwise because that works best for me, and then I remember where I left it. I'm just going up here and then down into the corners, and then along here. Oh, there's a bit. There we go, another one. There we are. I'm just doing the, oh, can you see me? I'm doing the corners as well. And when I'm finished filming in here today, I don't know if you can see, I've got the old vacuum cleaner, the Hoover, that lives in our guest bedroom. That one lives up here on the first floor. I will vacuum, but as my hubby and kids, they are studying and working from home at the moment because of lockdown. I check with them before I do anything noisy. They're already logged on for the day, so that's why you will see me filming in different areas. So we'll just go around the door frame as well. There we go, and I'll give that a good shake outside when we are finished. Let me just pop it there for just now. And then the next thing, I think the next thing I'll just do the baseboards, or skirting boards as we like to call them in Scotland. Also, you've seen my wee cleaning caddy before. I just keep the essential things in here. And I tell you what, I'm just going to do the baseboards with it. Sometimes I do it with my feather duster. Today I'll do it with a microfiber cloth. I'm not using any product. I don't need any product. It's not like this room is very damp. You know, it's not like the bathroom or the kitchen. And I'll do the same thing. Oh, squeaky floorboards. Our house is from 1933. I'll go around and I'll start in the corner again and keep going as well. Don't leave me hanging here on my own. You know, you're meant to be working along with me. I'll tell you what, I'll just do this bit first. I'll do the bottom there. And this is a good job to give the kids, if you've got the kids at home right now. I'm just going to get behind here, behind the chair. There we are. I'll show you the dust when I get along there. And this this is also a good workout if you haven't had your exercise today. Right, I'm behind you. Here we are. Ooh, dust. Right, I'm just going to turn it over. Get it on the other side. Just knocking down the radiator cover. Don't mind me. Right, voila. And when I'm vacuuming here today, or hoovering as I always call it, I'm also going to do the radiator that's behind you. I take off the radiator cover and use this, and remember, you don't need any special fancy gadgets. It's just one that can get in between the slats of the radiator, and I will vacuum it at the same time because that's a bit of a messy job. Anyway, this one will be going in the washer. Let me put that there. And then, okay, who's up for a wee scoosh scoosh? Let's do the windows in here. Windows and mirrors. I've also got the mirror, hold on, you can see there, at the side of the bed. And I've got one on my wee dressing table. So let me grab, Flylady microfiber rag, and I'm not using, I'm not getting out the bucket of water and all that jazz. Just a wee quick scoosh scoosh, and I'll wipe down the windows. I'll turn you around so you can see the main windows. Okay, here we go, ready for a scoosh scoosh. Okay, scoosh scoosh. Right. And do just get as much as you can, and just, go up on your tiptoes. You don't need to be dragging out ladders. Right, that's one done, and then I just turn over my rag. There we are, that's the second one done. Pop this down. And turn over my rag again. There we go, and then turn over my rag again and get the last one. There we are. Pop this down again because otherwise you won't see anything because of the sun. Right, where are we? Okay, we've got a couple of minutes left. Oh, and I always forget to do the mirror here and the one in front of me. So let me see, I don't know how much we can get there. There we are. Scoosh, scoosh. And I'll do the window that looks out onto the garden, but I don't show you that one because it looks right onto the neighbours. Now, I'm not showing you the neighbours' houses. There we are. And here, and the wee mirror on my dressing table, that's where I put on my makeup. So quite often that'll get, a wee bit of foundation or something on it. Right, that's that one. And remember, you can also, go around the top of the mirror, around. Okay, I'm just going to do the mirror this way. Tell you what, I was going to say chat amongst yourselves, but keep working. You'll hear me doing the scoosh scoosh. Okay, that's the scoosh scoosh. And again, I'm just turning over my rag one more time. Right, let's open the window a wee bit. And the last one. Want to tell you what? I can turn you around and then we can do the top of my chest of drawers. Here we go. Scoosh scoosh. And I've got a wee bit of clean part on my rag, that'll do. see you. Right. Okay, oh, and I've got 35 seconds left. I tell you what, let's just wipe off all the flat surfaces. Let me grab something. If you saw my video yesterday, I'm just going to wipe off all the flat things. I told you yesterday that I was changing the sheets in here. I'm behind you now. And whenever I change sheets, I use, hold on, I'll just get around this way. I use the, what do you call it, the pillowcases. And I just use the pillowcases to wipe off things, and it just keeps the place looking quite nice between zone cleaning. So actually there's not much for me to do today. I'll just give a quick wipe down here. You know, you don't need to be taking everything off, but you know, just give things a good wipe down. This can now go away because it's so bright here now in Denmark with the light change. I'm going to clear off that now. There we are. I'll just move that. I'll talk to you in a wee minute about our plans for the day. Right. Oh, and I'm just going to do the base of this lamp because I can see that's quite dusty. Right. There we go. Right. So, there we go. Good timing. Okay, let's sit down and I'll run you through the other things. Right, I think we've got a lot done in the 10 minutes. It's really useful to have a timer in your little cleaning caddy because it's one of the best things that helps you to get started, and it also helps you to stop, okay? Because also right now, we don't want to be going overboard with the cleaning. You know, I actually caught myself the other day. I was in the basement doing something and I thought, oh, you know, the family are home now, things are a bit different. And I was thinking, oh, what should I clean next? I said, Diane, you don't need to be going overboard with the cleaning. We just got to keep things ticking over as we usually do. We don't need to be cleaning, you know, the place to within an inch of its life. And also just a wee word, because I know you can see in here in my cleaning caddy, I've got my usual rags, and I keep some things like old t-shirts that we cut up and shirts. I know a lot of you are having a problem getting like toilet paper and whatever. Here in Denmark, we're fine with supplies, no panic buying. Well, there was a wee bit of panic buying when the first measures were announced, but things, you know, people are you know, taking the guidelines and just shopping regularly, not buying for, you know, 6 months worth of supplies. So we're fine with toilet paper, but I know a lot of you are trying to think of alternatives. Please, if you're using anything else apart from paper, do not flush it down the toilet. The only things that should be flushed down your toilet, and if you've got, if you're kind of sensitive type, you know, cover up your pixie ears now, are poop, pee and paper, toilet paper. Do not be flushing anything else down your toilet, you know, wet wipes or kitchen roll or rags or newspaper, you know, only toilet paper. Anything else you're going to have to dispose of somehow else, because it's not designed to go into the toilet, okay? So as they say here, just pee, poop and paper, toilet paper, okay? So just a wee word about that, because as I said, we're fine here, but you may be looking at alternatives at the moment. And on to a little checklist for the day, and I'll tell you what I've been decluttering over the weekend. So from the top, oh, and also just a wee reminder, I was telling you last week about ways to keep going right now, have a wee bit of structure in your day so you're not going crazy and not getting too depressed with all the news. As I said to you last week, don't go overboard with having all the structure and having to do things with the kids every single minute of the day. We're all, you know, we're just moving through this in you know, looking after ourselves, looking after the family, but please don't go over scheduling things and feeling like you have to be doing you know, exercise around the house and, you know, building climbing frames in the garden. Just do a wee bit where we're just moving forward, trying to keep ourselves entertained, but you don't want to go from one extreme to another, okay? We're just doing it slowly here. Anyway, morning routine. We get up a wee bit later than we usually do because we're not so strict, but we still have to get going because of course the kids and hubby, they're still working to set times. Shower, makeup, dress to shoes. Another clothes swap item today, as was my outfit yesterday. That's going out in the garden to be aired. Swish and swipe did that. Load of laundry, my lol for the day, that's on. I will hang that up once I've finished filming here. Dishwasher will be run a bit later. We're on a kind of different schedule at the moment, but we're still getting the daily things ticked off. What's for dinner? Oh, we had a really good dinner last night. I used the leftovers from the Korean barbecue that we did on Saturday night, and yesterday we made bibimbap, which is a family favourite, so that was really good. Breakfast, I've eaten my breakfast, all done. Made the bed, well you saw that here, and I changed the sheets yesterday. If you saw yesterday's video, I changed the sheets, as part of my weekly home blessing. I usually do that Saturday or Sunday. My outfit for tomorrow, I'll do that once I'm putting away yesterday's laundry and putting that out to air. Zone work or weekly home blessing or work, I've already done 10 minutes, and you have done it with me in the bedroom. And my exercise today, I'm going to be out for a bike ride and a swim. And just, you may be under different lockdown measures than we are, and also our measures can change, from day to day, hour to hour. But we are out, we're allowed to go, buy groceries, pharmacy, the bank is open. Not that I ever go to the bank, all our banking is done online. And we're also being encouraged, to actually exercise, get outside and exercise, because they don't want us kind of going into that slump and, just being paralysed by panic or anything. So we're being encouraged to exercise. We are allowed to exercise outside, of course, within limits. You stay away from places where you think there'll be a lot of people. In Denmark, everybody is close to the sea, and myself here, we are right on the coast. And I'm a winter bather. You've seen all this stuff about winter bathing, and our club is closed, but we found somewhere where we can swim away from everybody else. And it's quite weird. I've mentioned it on the Instagram pictures, but normally I meet up with my besties and we cycle down to the club, and we hug and we swim and we're swimming together and we have our cup of tea. Right now, of course, there's been no physical contact, and when I've biked down, we've been biking kind of separately, and head, faces covered up. And so it's quite weird. So we're kind of, we're still together, but we're apart. It's quite a weird feeling, but at least we can still swim together. And we're kind of sitting, I've got my measuring tape with me to make sure that we don't get close to each other, and we've got hand sanitizer when we come up out of the water, blah, blah, blah. But, we're just going with the flow here and making sure that we can still get out and do our exercise. I do my running, so that's great for me. Maybe you can do some yoga at home. There's plenty of people doing online courses at the moment in yoga, so you can still get your exercise, and it's really, really important. But on the other hand, don't feel it, you've never done yoga before and suddenly you're thinking you have to do yoga every single morning. Okay, let's not go from one extreme to the other. No, it's like with anything that we do. I've told you about this before. This thing when you're doing the Flylady steps, and then it's like, menu plan, and you think you've maybe been getting takeaway, takeout every night of the week, and then suddenly you think, oh, okay, now I have to plan 3-course menus and everything has to be made from scratch, and you're out milking the cow and making your own cheese and putting on the little bonnet. Let's just take a wee step back here and just be reasonable about things. Right, what's the time? Okay, and one last thing, I'll just tell you for our 40-day declutter challenge. let me see, we are on to day 26 of 40, and over the weekend I found a few items. A Christmas ornament thing, because I was working downstairs in the basement and I was humming and hawing about it. This is going to go, and I've got a couple of belts, and I was going to repaint them. You've seen all my leather painting projects, but I've got enough belts, and I'm just not going to go down that road. So I've made a decision today. That is not going to happen. Sometimes you've got to make the decision and say, am I really going to get round to knitting whatever it is, or finishing reading the book or whatever? Just make a decision and move on with it. And also downstairs I had all these little boxes. Now these boxes, let me just show you them. These are used for favours, for weddings, bar mitzvahs, and whatever, and these were actually from both my son and my daughter's confirmations. And in Denmark it's not like Catholic church confirmation, it's a completely different thing. I think I've mentioned it on videos here. And I had held onto the boxes because I thought, I could use them for something. Have you ever said that to, I could hold on to this because it would be useful for putting jewellery in, or what, I'm letting them go to somebody else who can use them for crafting or whatever. Now, of course, I can't physically hand these on to anybody right now, but I've designated a little area downstairs in the basement for all the things which I'm decluttering. When this time passes and when we get a bit of normality back, I'll take these things to the charity shop or our clothes swap parties, or whatever. So those are my items for today. Oh, and one last thing, just because you saw me looking through our Easter decorations, and I couldn't, for the life of me, my brain has gone to mush. Postmenopausal woman here, that's me. And I couldn't for the life of me remember what the bunnies were called. Remember these wee foil bunnies that look like they're chocolate, but don't go eating them. And I said Peter and Paul. Peter and Paul are the wee birdies that you see beside my shiny sink, my Instagram pictures. The wee sparrows that I got, the wooden ones that I got from Vibeke. Was it last year, 2 years ago? Anyway, these are called Bunny and Clyde. And they're called Bunny and Clyde because I really love MC Solar. If you're French, you know who MC Solar, Solar Pleur. And he had a song which I love called Le Nouveau Western, and it samples an old song by Serge Gainsbourg and Brigitte Bardot, which is called Bonnie and Clyde. And if you need a wee laugh today, go and look for the YouTube video of the original song Bonnie and Clyde by Serge Gainsbourg. It'll just cheer you up. It's so over the top. Anyway, but Bunny and Clyde are going downstairs, and you'll see them on my shiny sink picture on Instagram today. So anyway, sorry to keep you so long today, but we have done a wee bit of work here. I've told you what I'm doing today, and all I've got left to say is the usual. Are you ready? You know what's coming now, don't you? Live long and prosper. May the Danish sunshine hygge be with you. Beautiful sunny day here again, but it's freezing cold, and I'm going outside to hammer the water thing that we've got, so the birds and our red squirrels can get a wee bit of a drink. So anyway, live long and prosper. Danish hygge be with you, and rap. Okay, see you tomorrow.